BookTube. Today I'm going to talk about my 10 favorite books as of April 18th, 2023. This video is inspired by a video Steve Donahue did yesterday in which he listed his 10 favorite books, although he listed it as the 2023 edition, which he got it from another booktuber, which I will link in the show notes down below. I don't have YouTube up right now, so I can't pull off of who that particular booktuber is, but I will leave a link to his video in the show notes, as well as probably watch his video as I'm uploading this if everything goes according to plan. Anyway, so before I begin with my 10 current favorites as of April 18th, 2023, a few caveats. For one, the list's fluid. As I was thinking about this list, it changed. So that. Also, there will be no fiction and no classics. For the past few years, I have struggled with fiction, mostly science fiction and fantasy, but my struggles with like literary fiction and other forms of fiction have been much longer, and I really have no interest in classics right now. And those could be separate videos, which I might do when I have time. If I'm a bit rushed, it's because I'm probably having an errand to run here shortly, or, well, an errand's being imposed on me. So I'm going to try to get this as quickly as possible. So anyway, so my current 10 favorite books are The 100 Years' War on Palestine by Rashid Khalidi. This is a history that explores the 100-year conflict in Israel-Palestine. This is an amazing book. I absolutely love it. A World Beneath the Sands, The Golden Age of Egyptology by Toby Wilkinson. This is a history that looks at the first 100 years or so of Egyptology, ending with the discovery of Tutankhamun's tomb by Howard Carter. This is a phenomenal book. I absolutely love this one too. Next is one that nobody will be surprised to see, and that is Big Wonderful Thing, A History of Texas by Stephen Harrigan. This is a massive history of Texas. This is history as it should be written, and I absolutely love this book. I am looking forward to rereading it sometime either later this year or next year. Next is Post-Wall, Post-Square by Kristina Spohr. This is a history of the end of the Cold War, looking at the collapse of communism in Eastern Europe, as well as Tiananmen Square. And this is a brilliant book. I loved it. Should have gotten far more recognition than it got. Well, at least as far as I know of. And this is The Age of Decadence by Simon Heffer. This is a history of the late Victorian period up to the early, like the start of World War I, and this book is absolutely brilliant. Again, this is history as it should be written. I loved it. Next is Cuba, An American History by Ada Ferrer. This is a brilliant look at the history of Cuba and Cuba's toxic relationship with the United States. Just brilliant book. Next is Blood on the River by Marjoleine. This is a brilliant history of the Berbice slave rebellion in the late 18th century, and this is a brilliant book. I absolutely loved it. So wonderful book. Next is Maria Theresa by Barbara Stollberg-Rilinger, translated by Robert Savage. This is a massive biography of Maria Theresa that is absolutely amazing. Next is Weaver, Scribes, and Kings by Amanda H. Podany. This is a history of the ancient Near East that takes as its subject the history of cuneiform writing. And this book is brilliant. This is ancient history as it should be written. And finally, South to Freedom by Alice L. Baumgartner. This is a history of slaves fleeing Texas for Mexico, and how sort of Mexico's attitudes towards slavery changed in relation to its relationship to Texas and to the United States. And this is a brilliant book. Absolutely loved it. So, yeah. So, those 10 books are my favorites as of April 18th, 2023. I will be back tomorrow with maybe a few discussion video or something. I don't know. Sorry if this video is a bit rushed, but again, the 4 children of the apocalypse are incoming. So I wanted to go ahead and get this filmed and uploaded before they come. So hopefully they won't destroy the house. So until I see you, hopefully tomorrow, thank you, BookTube. Have a great afternoon and stay safe.